Hey guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Only Quality People. My name is Paul as always, and I'm going to try and be a bit more upbeat because I've noticed from my other podcasts I'm being a bit kind of direct, and it sounds to me a little bit like kind of telly off. I'm telling you off. I don't know if it comes across that way to you, but I really don't want it to come across that way to you. I don't want me telling you off. I want to give you energy to want to do things. I want to give you motivation. That's the whole point in these podcasts. It's all about motivation. So I'm going to try and make things a hell of a lot more upbeat in the way that I talk, because I don't want to be all kind of facts and you must do this and you must do that, and we just don't want that. Okay, it's all about getting you on your feet and getting out of this rut that you might be in, and help you to help yourself, and maybe even help others. Because if you can find the energy to help yourself and you start seeing changes that you think will help other people, then I think you really should go out there and you really should go and do things and help other people. That's what you should be doing. That's what we all should be doing. Now, I've named this one Big Fat Fatties, and it also says 80% diet, 20% exercise. And trust me, that is exactly what it is. I want to get straight to the facts, okay? If you want to change your life, if you feel that you're overweight and you've apparently you've tried every diet, you've tried every exercise regime, and you've not seen anything happen, it is mostly the diet. Now, this is the secret here. If you've read my book, Fat to That, if you've read that book, it's only a short one. And if you haven't read it, I will put a link in the description of this podcast, and you can go and get that book for free. That book is basically about building muscle, losing weight, building muscle. And I'm also working on another book, Fat to That too. I have like a subtitle for it, but I haven't put that in yet. So I'm kind of working on that. But getting back to what I was saying, 80% diet and 20% exercise. And like I said, if you've done diets and you've seen no results, trust me, you've probably been on the wrong diet. If you've done exercises, all exercises work. If you push your body to a point where you're sweating and you're out of breath, and you do that for more than 30 minutes, and then you keep going and doing all sorts of exercises and you're sweating and your heart's beating out of your chest, you are doing it right. But it's that other 80% of the whole fitness thing, the diet, that's the problem. And what we're shown today is you need proteins, you need meats, fish and beef and chicken and all this stuff, and it's actually all very wrong. It's very, very wrong, as a matter of fact. I went out and done all the exercises, and I ate all the chicken and I ate all the beef, and I saw growth in muscle, but that fat just wouldn't kind of go away, and I still felt sluggish, and there's all sorts of just little things niggling at me, and I had to kind of step back from it all. I wonder, well, if I'm doing all this exercise and I'm doing it for longer than 30 minutes, why aren't I seeing the results that that I should be getting? I'm eating all the fish, I'm eating all the beef, I'm eating all the chicken, I'm drinking all the milk, but I have energy glitches where I'll have energy and I'll go out there and I'll do the exercising and everything like that, and then I feel kind of absolutely whacked. I eat a meal that's just supposed to re-energise me, refortify me with all the vitamins and minerals and proteins and and all that good stuff. But it never actually, the result never came. There's a thing you've got to remember here. I want to get back to the main point of diet, but you've got to remember this. All these people, all these companies selling you protein shakes and, meal replacements with all the vitamins and minerals in. It's wrong. There's never ever been, in anyone's food circle, there's never been a problem with people getting protein. Never ever in recorded history has there ever been an issue where people aren't getting enough protein to build muscle and to rebuild, internal organs and all sorts of things that protein needs to rebuild inside you. There's never been a problem with people getting, with people not getting enough protein. That's never ever happened. It's just one of those things that the people try and sell you. I'm going to break everything you know, or everything that you've kind of been taught about diet. You don't need milk. You don't need chicken. You don't need any type of meat or fish to build muscle, to be healthy. As a matter of fact, those things are actually hindering you. These things are causing problems. You don't need, like I said, you don't need protein. You don't need protein drinks at all. You don't need isolated proteins, which is what these things are. They're isolated. They're isolated from the full thing that could give you protein, which all proteins, by the way, every single protein that you need comes from plants. When you eat a chicken or you eat beef, you eat a cow, those proteins that are in that meat came from the very vegetation that those animals were eating. So basically you're getting your proteins second hand, and you're getting a big injection of fat and hormones that these animals may still have in their muscle fibres. You're getting all this crap from them. Cut out the middleman and go directly to the protein source. Go to a plant-based whole food diet, which is what I did. Now, when I started doing it, when I changed my diet around, I weighed around about 19 stone, and it was kind of going off the chart, going upwards onto 20 stone. It was more toward 19 stone, but I could see that there was fluctuations day in, day out that were causing the weight to slightly venture up a bit more because of bad fats. I had issues with blood flow. Like in my arms, I'd wake up in the morning, I'd have a dead arm, and like a really dead arm or dead arms. That's caused, by the way, by oils. Stop frying stuff. Don't fry anything in oil ever again. There's no such thing as a good oil. So when people say, I get vegetable oils, I get what's the other one called? You just hate it when you just can't think. Olive oil. It's just the same thing. Any oil is the same thing. What happens is when you ingest oil into your system, what usually happens in your bloodstream is that the little blood particles that you can usually see when you look at blood under a microscope, they look like little donuts, but like fully rounded, no hole in the middle. The particles of blood that go through your veins, they're all negatively charged, and what that's supposed to do is, as the blood flows through your body, that they repel each other, they push each other away, and that's what's supposed to happen. They're supposed to leave gaps in between each other as they flow through your body. But what happens is when you introduce oil into your system, it gets into your bloodstream, and these little blood particles that are supposed to be rushing and pushing each other away and creating gaps within the bloodstream get clumped together in little pools of oil, and what happens is oxygen that's put into these blood particles gets trapped in this oil and essentially suffocates these blood particles, and that gets put all around your body. So parts of your body are being starved of oxygen because of oils in your blood. It's absolutely true. Look it up. As a matter of fact, I highly recommend that you look for Dr. John McDougall. If you heard that buzzing, I'm sorry, that was the email coming in. You have to bear with me a second, I'm very sorry about that. I'm actually recording on my phone, so if you did hear a buzzing there, I'm very sorry. As a matter of fact, I will turn that off so I don't get any buzzes. Anyway, yeah, look up Dr. John McDougall. He'll show you everything. He'll show you everything that you need to see. Give you all the information that you absolutely need. Anyway, when I changed my diet to a whole foods plant-based diet, I saw a massive difference. I started at 19 stone, and again, like I said, there was fluctuations going up to 20 stone, on the way to 20 stone. After 30, I think it was just under 30 days of being on a whole food plant-based diet, so eating potatoes, fruit, veg, like I said, like white potatoes, new potatoes, sweet potatoes are gorgeous, hummus, rice, what else, pasta, just eating all these the carbs. Carbs are your friend, to be honest. If you want to lose weight, eat a diet that's filled with carbohydrates, but we're not talking simple carbohydrates, we're not talking like simple sugars like what you would get from like fruit is simple sugars. We're talking about the whole foods with the long chain carbohydrates, the complex carbohydrates, which is what your body does actually run on. It's what your body's actually looking for, because we're supposed to run on starch. We're a starch-based we have a starch-based system. When meats are introduced in our system, it causes all sorts of problems. There's fats, there's hormones, there's oils, and the wrong proteins. The proteins are second-hand. They're dead proteins. Get them from your whole foods. Anyway, from going from 19 stone within 30 days, I lost 2 stone. So I went down to 17 stone, and my weight is on its way down, still on its way down. I've got lots of energy. I can see every morning. I wake up in the morning and I can feel that I've lost weight. I can feel that I'm full of energy, and I can feel weight is dropping off me. I feel more mobile, and it's absolutely unbelievable. It's incredible. Just changing your diet. Like I said, 80% of what you do to try and create fitness for yourself is about diet. You get your diet right, you'll get the energy, you'll get you'll get the flexibility to start doing the training and the fitness. Go running, lift weights, go swimming. You'll get all this. All this will come to you very easy. Like I said, you'll have more energy to do these things. As soon as I cut out all this milk and fish and meat, I just felt an absolute turnaround. It was unbelievable. It was absolutely great, and I want to tell you about it, and I want you to go and look it up. Like I said, go and look for Dr. John McDougall on YouTube. I highly recommend the guy. He's been able to reverse a lot of issues, illnesses, disease that's been caused by our Western diet. He's turned back the clock on people with type 2 diabetes. He's eradicated it from them. They've got well. They're off all the medication. The body is functioning as it should. Having a starch-based diet just makes your body work, because that is what you are supposed to be on. It's unbelievable. I know we've been told again and again and again, make sure you eat your meat for protein, drink your milk for strong bones and teeth. It's the dairy companies that want to sell you something, just like the protein. Get your protein in you to build up muscle. Eat a whole food diet, and you'll get the muscle you want. You'll get all the protein you could ever need. You can eat as much vegetation, vegetables, like potatoes, whole foods, nuts and everything. But nuts you should be careful with, because they're full of fats. They're good fats, but fat nonetheless. You're supposed to make sure that you don't get too many fats in your diet. You just get enough of what you need. But all the rest of the stuff, like I said, the potatoes, the rice, all this stuff, all full of protein, all full of energy. Get as much of that stuff in you as possible. It'll fill you up. You'll have lots of energy. You won't have that bloated feeling that you normally get from eating meats and fats. That'll be gone. I'm really excited about it, and I want you to do it. I want you to get out there and change your image, change your thoughts. As soon as you change that thought pattern in your head, and you get away from all this dairy and meats and oils, when you get away from that stuff, you feel so much free. The meals are easier to create, they're faster to create, they're easy to clean up. You can reheat them later on, and they still taste just as good as they did when you first cooked them. Honestly, turn your life around, and turn it around now. Do it before it is too late. If you're suffering from type 2 diabetes, it can only get worse on a Western diet. It can only get worse. It's not going to get better with drugs that your doctor gives you. This is another realisation. You have to understand that a doctor is not there to cure you. A doctor is only there to treat you and make money by selling you the drugs that don't fix you. They just keep you in a kind of, I would say, a suspended state. They're not stopping the issue, they're just prolonging it. They're just stretching it out. And you've got to turn this round. It's on you. All this is on you. No one is coming to help you. Is the one thing I've heard a lot of, and no one is. The drug companies are making money out of you by feeding you something that's just prolonging your illness and not fixing it. A diet will fix the issues. It will absolutely fix your issues. You'll be able to think properly. You'll be able to reverse so many things. Another thing, which is these are things that are caused by our Western diet: diabetes, cancers, and arthritis. Arthritis, a debilitating disease that gets into your bones and starts to turn your fingers up and starts to, essentially turns you to stone. You can't sit up, you can't walk, causes so much damage. If you've seen people with really bad arthritis, all this inflammation in the body, it's absolutely terrifying. And I don't want to grow old and be in pain for many, many years, because let's face it, you're old for a long time. So turn your life around. Look at what you're eating. Get out of autopilot. Too many people in autopilot, they go to the fridge, they reach for that soda, and even the diet sodas. Get away from it. The aspartame that's in diet sodas, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's a poison. It's a carcinogen. Meat is a carcinogen. Fish is a carcinogen. These are level 1 carcinogens. They're poison. They're all poison to you. If you look up carcinogens online, you will find that all these all these things that we're eating on a daily basis, which are our, our bread and butter, they're killing us. It's poison. We've got to get away from it. If you want to live a healthy lifestyle, I really encourage you to turn things around now and go forward and have yourself a baked potato. No cheese, no butter. You can put hummus on it. Hummus is a chickpea, peas, lentils, beans, all these natural good things which are full of protein and full of energy. These are the protein sources and energy sources that you should be getting in you. There's a minuscule amount of fat in these things, if not any. So you'd have to probably eat nuts and such to get a bit of fat into your diet, but you only need a little bit of fat. You do need fat, you do need salts in your diet, but you need good fats and you need good salts. You don't need these foods which have been tampered with, including fake meats. Fake meats are not food. They're not food at all. When they start to isolate, like for instance, the soy protein. Soya beans are fine. They're a whole food on their own. But when they start isolating the protein and put it into a beef, well, not a beef burger, but a veggie burger, that's where the problems start. Anything that's isolated is a problem, including your multivitamins. Multivitamins that you have every day. Stop taking them. You're not supposed to have isolated vitamins. You're supposed to get your vitamins from a whole food that has everything in it that the body needs to take up that vitamin and use it properly. That's what you need to do. You need to get your vitamins from whole foods. All you need to do is just have a few potatoes a day, some rice, vegetables, fruit, and you'll get all the vitamins and minerals that you need, and your body will be able to use these vitamins and minerals in any way it needs to use them at that time. But the moment you start isolating things with all these multivitamin tablets you can get, you got to stop. It's causing you problems. It causes cancers. It causes problems with your bones, osteoporosis. It causes those problems. Cheese, milk causes osteoporosis. You need to stop taking these things. You need to get away from this diet. Really, you do. And I'm excited to tell you that it's so easy. If you want to be healthy, just sort your diet out. Get away from meats, get away from oils, get away from dairy. Eggs, milk, chicken, meat, fish. If you want omega-3 oils, don't get it from a fish. A fish ate some plantation to get the omega-3s. Don't go through the fish, because it's bad omega oils. Get it directly from nuts. Get it directly from plant, where it's created naturally. That's where you go, that's where you get it from. I've rambled on a bit too long. It's just there's a lot of information out there, and I want to try and get this information to you as fast and as simple as possible. And I want to do it through these podcasts and through my website and through my YouTube page, Facebook page as well. I'll try and I want to get all these things out and ramp everything up and try and get this information to you and provide as much value as possible to get you back on your feet and get yourself healthy. If you're sat there and you're listening to this and you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see, then turn it around. No one's coming to save you. It's all about you standing up and doing something right now. If you don't do something right now, it could be too late tomorrow. You've got to do it now. I wish you all the luck in the world with everything you do, and I'll be back soon with another podcast. But please, for you, don't do it for me. Don't do it for your family. I mean, you should do it for your family. You should do it for your kids, because you should teach your family and kids, what these good things are, which are going to prolong their life and give them a healthy life without pain and misery and suffering. you should be teaching these things. But right now it starts with you listening to this. Like I said, look for Dr. John McDougall. He's a brilliant man. He's so healthy and he's saved people's lives with just diet. With just the food people are putting in their mouths. Honestly, it's unbelievable. I wish you all the luck in the world, and I absolutely love you to bits. So please come back and look out for the next podcast. I'll get this one up now, and there'll be more to come. Absolutely love you. Love yourself. Start by loving yourself. Put the right food in your mouth and in your body and give it what it needs. If you're fat, it's gonna melt away. Trust me. In a matter of days, it'll be gone. In a matter of weeks, you'll be putting on muscle. You're just going to get better and better and better. You'll probably find that any drugs that you need to take on a daily basis, in a few months' time, you won't need them again. You'll never ever need to take any chemical drugs. The only drug you need is the stuff that nature provides for you. The plant foods, the whole foods, which are out there for you. Good luck, love you, I'll be back.